You already know how you sometimes get lost in thinking instead of living, don't you? Like staring at the ingredient list on a chocolate bar instead of biting into it. Like reading the manual of a car instead of putting the key into it and hitting the road. Because analysis is a microscope. And microscopes are useful, yes, but try walking across a busy street with your eye glued to a microscope. You'll get flattened. Living requires you to step back, widen your gaze and move. Think of it like this, the map versus the terrain. The map shows rivers, but only in the terrain can you drink the water. You can memorize every spice, but only tasting makes you full. You can see bones on an X-ray screen, but only a kiss lets you feel alive. So every time you catch yourself overanalyzing, you're like the surgeon cutting open the goose to see if the golden egg is really there, only to find guts instead of gold. Now notice how you already know how to live without overthinking. When you're laughing, are you analysing the neurochemical release of dopamine? No. You're laughing because your whole body gets it before the mind explains it. When you're dancing, are you calculating beats per minute, torque of your hips, amplitude of your arms? Fuck no. You're moving because the music moves you. That's the proof. You already know how to trust your gut. You already live by instinct, in micro moments. The trick: widen those micro moments until they become your way of being. Why is this important? Because life is short, and analysis eats time like termites in a house. If you analyse too much, one day you'll realise the house is hollow, collapsing, and all you got left is notes, not memories. What's it look like in daily life? You hesitate before saying, I love you. You scroll menus for 20 minutes instead of ordering. You draft the text, delete, draft again. Meanwhile, the moment is gone. Your brain's gut feelings. They're compressed data sets, millions of neurons firing, filtering past experience, pattern recognition, body states. People with damaged emotional centres. They couldn't decide what to eat for lunch, because logic alone can't prioritise. Intuition is logic running at quantum speed. Ignore your gut for too long and it atrophies. That's karma. You become brittle, rigid, a prisoner of your own spreadsheets, but follow it and it sharpens. Life rewards courage with momentum. That's karma too. You think if I trust my gut, I'll look stupid. Maybe, but overthinking makes you feel stupid, trapped in your own head. And people respect action more than hesitation. History doesn't remember the careful critics. It remembers the reckless doers. If you keep analysing instead of living, you die with libraries of thought, but no stories worth telling. You'll be the person who can explain the steps of a dance, but never danced. If you shift, if you trust your gut, you'll stumble, yes, but stumble forward. You'll feel flow more often. You'll taste food deeper, laugh harder, love faster. People will feel your presence instead of your hesitation. Two men go to the ocean. One brings test tubes, chemical kits, notebooks. He studies the salt content, the wave pattern. The other strips naked and dives into the surf. Who knows the ocean? And yet you need both. Sometimes you're the scientist, sometimes you're the swimmer. But here's the secret. Don't confuse the lab for the ocean. But I need to analyse to be safe. Safety comes from action and adaptation, not paralysis. What if I make the wrong choice? Not choosing is the only guaranteed wrong choice. But I'm not good at trusting my gut. Every breath you take, without analysis, proves you already are. Imagine a kid learning to walk. They fall hundreds of times. If they analysed balance equations first, they'd never rise. But they don't. They live into walking. So do you. You value certainty, precision, control, yes. And certainty is built by acting through uncertainty. Precision comes from practice, not theory. Control comes from moving with the current, not fighting it. You already know this. And the moment you accept it, your life upgrades. So from now on, every hesitation becomes a trigger to move anyway. Every time you start analysing, you hear an inner voice whisper, dance, don't dissect, and your body will respond before the mind debates. Because you don't need permission, you don't need guarantees, you need to fucking live. Analysis is the scalpel, living is the feast, the map is the guide, the terrain is the adventure. Your gut is evolution's shortcut. Trust it, or waste lifetimes ignoring it. So go on. Dance the symphony, taste the honey, swim the ocean, because overanalysis is death by thought. Living is resurrection in every breath. And you know this now, consciously, unconsciously, cellularly.